So let's record. I am seriously so excited about doing this. I've got some of my favorite girls on here tonight that are just going to pour into you guys and speak so much fire. I was really feeling this month. It's the first month of 2020, so we want to be coming out with all of the boom. We're all about to walk into conference and the momentum that's going to come from that. And I want to make sure that we are still finishing strong this month, bringing the fire, bringing the excitement as we propel ourselves through conference and boom season and all of that. And so I am seriously so excited. We're going to jump right in. So Bailey, if you want to unmute yourself.
Yeah. Hi, guys. Thanks for having me. So do you want me to start with like a little bit like my story, or how do you want to start it off?
Yes, so just introduce yourself for those of us that don't know you, and then just start spilling some fire.
Okay, so my name is Bailey. I am actually a double diamond, and you guys, I just want to let you know, like right now, this is a place to be, and you are here at the right time. Like the things that was rude, I'm sorry. The things that are about to be announced at conference, you're going to be like, what the hell just happened? Like, I got to go back to my hotel room, whatever, and just get to work. But anyways, so my name is Bailey. I am a double diamond. I've been in this business for 3 years. My business never really came easy to me, to be honest. Backtrack a little. A girl had sent me a message on Facebook telling me that I'd be so great at what she did. And I was like, okay, what do you do? And she's like, well, I literally just make money from my phone. I was like, okay, sign me up. At the time, I had just moved out on my own. I was so broke. I did not know how I was going to make ends meet. I had a plan when I was going to put $10 in my gas tank. I literally was robbing Peter to pay Paul every single month. I was working 2 full-time jobs, and that's just not the life. And it's not the life that anybody should have to live. So once she messaged me that, I was like, okay, I didn't ask what the products were. I didn't ask how this whole thing worked. Nothing. I was just like, okay, like I'm in. Like I just felt this fire in my gut that was like, Bailey, like you have to do this. You need to do this. So I took $100 out of my rent money. I had zero idea if, how, when, or where I was ever going to make that money back. Or did I even know if this company was legit, to be honest with you, because I never asked questions. And now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, I'm like, I literally gave somebody my social security number and I didn't check into anything, but it's fine. So fast forward 30 days, like it's not 30 days of just like December, but over a time span, obviously. My first month, I made $500. So not only did I make my $100 back, I obviously profited, and honestly what I did, and this is kind of like me going into just spitting fire at you guys. I don't know how many of you are new on here. If you are new or you're relatively new, drop a 1 in the comments. But once I had that hit my bank account, I turned that money into an investment, and I invested into these products that we had because I didn't have any extra money when I had first started to go out and buy products, right? Because we all join this business because we want more money, not because we have all the money in the world, and we're not trying to go dead joining this business either, right? So I took about $300 out of the profit that I had made back, and I just started buying products. My first products were the energy drinks, which we don't have anymore, which sucks so bad. I bought hair, skin, and nails. I bought wraps. Keto coffee was not a thing when I joined. Fat Fighters, Confianza, and I can't even tell you what else that I tried. Berry greens. And you guys, I was going live every single day. I was doing giveaways. Can I really afford to give away the product I just bought? No. But I knew it was going to come back to me tenfold if I just did what I had to do in the beginning. So I did everything my leader was telling me to do. And if you guys are not doing what Mariah is telling you to do, dude, listen to her. This girl knows exactly what she's doing. I watch her on Instagram every single day. She was a mover and shaker. Like, your leader is exactly what you want. And are her methods and her ways going to work exactly for you? No. But you can build your methods and your ways off of what she's telling you. Okay? Like, we've all paved the way for you. Us being doubles and trying to go for triple and this and that, like, that tells you it can be done, but it can't be done unless you're willing to work for it and you're willing to listen and take the advice given to you to let that happen for you. So onwards, about 3 months into my business, I went Ruby, and it was kind of like such a surreal feeling. But I will tell you, my Ruby check was not the average Ruby check. So I was like, what the frick? Like, what is wrong? What did I do wrong? Like, what is it? But you guys have to realize that these averages with your ranks, those include fast starts. So if you're not getting fast starts, homegirl, you are missing out on so much money. And if you don't know what a fast start is, Mariah will tell you. I'm not going to go into all that right now. But fast starts. So if you're getting, your monthly paychecks and you're like, okay, realistically, like, I was hoping for my paycheck to be $500, but I didn't get 2 girls fast started. Like, there's $200 that you missed out on potentially. Obviously, like, yes, you can miss fast starts and your check can be freaking high. It's a number game, and you just have to figure it out. Go read the compensation plan. If you don't read the compensation plan, don't expect to get anywhere. Like, when you played sports or you did whatever, your coach had a game plan, right? And you did what the coach told you to because the coach read the playbook. If you're not reading the playbook, you can't make a play, So after that, I kind of looked at what I was doing, and I was like, okay, how do I make the average or higher? And so I started just enrolling DTs. Like, this is what I need to do. This is how you make X amount of money. Like, it blows my mind that we work for a company that allows us to make however much money we want every single Friday. Like, I don't know about you, but like, my 9 to 5 doesn't do that for me. Okay. So if you're not taking advantage of fast starts, freaking do it. Like, it is the easiest way to make money. Another way that I really started getting customers interested and intrigued in what I was doing was samples. Sell samples. Like, when I first started, samples weren't as big as they are now. And I'm telling you this because, you guys, I want you to realize how much this company has evolved just from 3 years ago to now, and how much more is going, that literally is about to happen, and more, So all I had to sell as samples was, what did I have? Wraps and berry greens. And I'm going to be the first to say, berry greens, they're just not my favorite, okay? But that's all I had. So go out, sell samples of keto coffee, collagen, anything like that. And this kind of goes in, I'm going to hit like so many random things because that's just how my brain works. But samples also go into customer retention. So how I get my customers to keep ordering or to add on the next month, or maybe just place a random order, like whatever it is, what I do is, as soon as I get that loyal customer, obviously I tell them, when you get your product in the mail, message me. I'll go over every single thing with you. I'll tell you how I use this product. I'll tell you how some of my friends use this product for keto coffee. Like, I don't know if y'all have had this, but I've had people are like, I don't like the taste of the keto coffee. Like, it's just not good, or it's chunky. I'm like, you're just not mixing it right. And truthfully, like, that's our fault. Like, we're not helping them have this product work for them to the best of its ability. So that also goes into customer retention, taking care of them, letting them know they're not just a dollar sign type thing. So like I was saying, what I do is, when I get that little customer, I send them a thank you card. I shoot them a sample in that thank you card. On that thank you card, I tell them exactly how to use that product. If they have any questions, there's my phone number. Feel free to text and call me at any time. And by you just giving them that like taste of something like collagen, or when we had Greens Chews or whatever it is, you're leading them on to another product that they probably would have never tried before, right? So that has helped me tremendously. And just by sending a thank you card, if you don't want to pay the shipping or whatever, send them a nice text. Check in with them. Ask them how their day is. Like, anything like that, people just want to know that they're cared about, realistically. Because I can't tell you how many people buy from network marketing and the person they bought from never talks to them again. ever, even if they're on an auto ship or not. That person never checks in with them, never asks them, you know, if they're getting the results that they wanted to see. And if not, like, let's see what we can change up. Like, be different. You have to stand out, and you have to, in a way, like, make people realize that you see past more than just the money when it comes to them buying a product from you. You know what I mean? So that's something that's really helped me a ton with customer retention, is just freaking caring, because these people are buying into you before they buy into their product. So another thing I kind of wanted to touch on was just like branding yourself. There is, you guys, how many It Works reps do you follow on Instagram or Facebook? Okay, let that sink in your head for a minute. So now I want you to think of how many random people follow 1 million It Works reps, okay? So if we're copying and pasting the same templates that Sally Sue did just 5 minutes ago, and then the next person's copying and pasting it, and the next person's copying and pasting it, that's not original. Nobody likes that. They see right through it. They can just tell. Like, when I see other businesses and I see people reposting the same thing, I'm like, girl, like, come on, you could have changed it just a little, you know, like, and that's just truthfully how people are. So going into branding yourself, this was a huge thing for me to start really like massively enrolling customers, but also attracting people who have the same likes that I do, which then potentially is easier to sell them a product or have them join my team because we relate and we mesh in some way. So if you follow my Instagram, whatever, I am very big into sharing my favorite makeup products. I am very into just sharing my outfits and clothing and all this stuff. And people relate to that. So the people who follow me, like, they have the same type of passion that I do. Or like when you think of Cheyenne Knox, you think of TJ Maxx, you think of Ray Dunn, you think of Taco Bell. Like, it's just all about branding yourself. Like, if go ask your best friend to tell you the first 3 things that come to mind to describe you, and run with those 3 things and start implementing those 3 things every single day. And going back into like how I said my promotions never came easy. You guys, I want you to know, I don't care if you're 10,000 volume away. I don't care if you're 200 freaking volume away a day before the month ends, or whatever it is. The ish can still happen, okay? When I went diamond, I was pretty far away. I was like 5,000 away, and I had 4 days left. And I know to a lot of you, that's like, I can't do that. Like, I don't know. And like, all of the things just come to your head, which is normal. We're human. I get it. But it then comes to that mind shift that's like, are you going to boss up and grind it out? Or are we going to sit back and be like, maybe next month? Well, guess what? You're probably going to have volume drop off next month. So I'm not saying don't enjoy your free time when you're promoting or anything like that, but put the work in, grind it out. Like I said, if you're 10,000 away, you have no idea what you and your team could do in 2 days, in 3 days. Like, I've seen it happen. It's literally insane. You just have to have the faith, and you have to trust the process. And if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing and you're teaching your team to do the same thing, there's literally no reason it couldn't happen. It's all about what's up here at the end of the day. When I went double, you guys, I was, like I think I was 7,000 away. And I had maybe 5 days left in the month, and God willing, like, it happened, but I wasn't going to give up. Like, I was literally sitting at my desk crying. I was like, this is not going to pass me by. Like, this is happening, hell or high water. And when it comes to those promotion months, like, that's just what you have to do. And I'm going to tell you right now, the things that are going to be announced at conference, you guys better have your charts out. You better have it all figured out, because you're going to want to know exactly what you're supposed to do with everything, because the things that are about to be announced, it's going to blow you out of the water. And if you're not ready right now, it's not going to happen for you after conference or during conference, because these charts and these numbers, like, that's potentially the playbook to your business, you know? So if we don't have the playbook out or the roadmap out, how is it going to happen? So that's kind of my spiel. I ramble a lot. But if you have any questions, you can feel free to ask them.
That was perfect. I loved it. Like, that was great.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for hopping on.
Yeah.
Last thing, actually, I will have you touch on. If
Yeah.
someone is on the Zoom and they don't have their conference ticket, what do they need to do? How important is this?
Oh my gosh, you guys. I literally just had, I have goosebumps that you literally said that there could possibly be somebody on here who doesn't have a conference ticket. You guys, I went through the lowest of lows. Two green carpets ago, I didn't go. I didn't have the money to go. My business kind of fell into a slump, and I was like, okay, this isn't. I literally had the mindset. I was like, this isn't for me. Like, how if this was for me, how is it falling apart so quickly or so easily? And conference was not too long after that, and I just told myself, I was like, Bailey, just get to conference. You know, you could decide at conference that this isn't for you, or that conference could potentially change your life forever. And I'm not kidding you, you guys. The first conference I went to, I was an emerald. That month I promoted to diamond. This past conference, I'm going to be really raw with y'all. I was a diamond being paid as an executive, and I promoted to double the month after conference. Like, conference is such a game changer, and I think it's such a game changer because, yes, we see all these leaders like Courtney Bohr, Aaron Tweed, like whoever it is, and we're like, I just want to be like them, but I'm not. Like, I could never be that successful, or I could never be this, or I could never be that. But when you go to conference, you're in this room and you see everybody, and it's like, gosh, like, these people are no different than me. These people all came from hard times or hard places. So if they can do it, I can do it too. And you're just surrounded by people who have the same mindset as you, and people who just want this business to work for them as bad as you do. And I think, especially if you're new, conference is a place where you just truthfully realize how much your CEO and our field development team and everybody just genuinely cares about you. Like, at the end of the day, like, it's not the money for them. It's literally us as people. They care about you guys so freaking much. And I can promise you, if any one of you were to go message Pam Souter on Facebook, she would respond to you. Like, it's not, and there's not many businesses that are like that. And I'm not here to like bash anybody else, but you guys, if you don't have a conference ticket, get it, because I promise you, it's going to change your business, your life, and it's going to change your life not only mentally, but like physically, and just who you are as a person. It's going to make you grow. It's just so weird what conference does to somebody. Like, sometimes you just can't even explain it. But if you don't have a conference ticket, freaking get one right now. You can freaking room with us. I don't care. Like, eat ramen noodles, make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I don't care. Like, get there. And if you just absolutely can't get there, you guys better have your phones out. You better freaking be blowing on Mariah, asking her what's happening and this and that, because conference is a game changer. And if you can't get to conference, make it to try it around you after conference. Like, there's no reason that y'all should not be getting to events. Events are what keep you close to the fire. It's what keeps your fire going. And it's truthfully one of the things that will keep you in this business forever, because we all go through ruts. So especially conference, but just any event that you can get to, get there.
Perfect. Thank you so much for hopping on, girl. Awesome. Okay, so I don't even know what to go off of after that because it's all so amazing. So if you guys got something from that, drop a 2 in the comments. One thing I did make a note about was that she said that you've got to show up and work for it. You have to decide. Guys, I have seen more times than I haven't, and it's so sad to say, I've seen people get so close to a goal and then be like, it's just not my time. And I'm like, honey boo, your time is not going to come tomorrow, because tomorrow it's going to be 10 times harder, because not only do you have to make up that volume, you now have to get past the idea that it's okay to quit on yourself. You guys have plenty of time. Don't come at me. Don't come at Bailey. Don't come at none of these people. Your upline, I don't care who it is. Don't come with some excuse as to why you're too far from your goal, because I can guarantee you I can find someone else who did it, and you are no different than them. There is nothing wrong with you. I don't care where you're at. I don't care how hopeless it feels. I don't care how stressed you are. Your promotion is within your reach. But you cannot sit here and wish it's going to happen. You can't pray for it. You have to show up and work. I did a Zoom a couple months ago with Melody McFarland, and she said, I got it on my wall, so I got to read, is that we've got to work like everything depends on us, and then pray like everything depends on God. And if that doesn't describe a promotion month, I don't know what does. If you don't think you're going to miss it and the whole world falls apart and you don't cry like 32 times, did you really promote? Okay, like, let's be honest. If you didn't go through all of that, did we really get somewhere? Suzanne, if you want to go ahead and unmute yourself, I'm not even going to try to find you. I'll let you handle it. We'll let you go next.
Hello, everybody. Hi. So, sorry, I've been running around all day, so I'm like in my car. I'm like, I just got to stop, and I'll just wait patiently in the truck. So my name is, can you guys hear me okay? Yeah? Okay, awesome. So my name is Suzanne Bergmans. I just passed my 5-year anniversary, and this conference will be my 4th conference because I had joined right after the conference of the year that I joined. So, if you guys would do me a favor, because I kind of feel, I know they could say dinosaurs, but I know I'm no dinosaur in this business, but can you guys just drop in the comments how long you've been in the business? Sometimes, I see a lot. One of the things I wanted to share about, because, Bailey, we could just go ahead and end the Zoom right now because Bailey touched on everything. And I'm like, I don't know what to say after that. I was super excited. And that's what I absolutely love about this business is that, I don't know. I think Bailey said she was in it for 3 years. She's been in for 3 years now. And I've been in for 5. And then there's you think being in 5 years, you should be able to know everything. You don't need to get help. And it's just or you don't get excited, you feel like you can't get excited about things. But just listening to Bailey, I was super hyped. And I was like, I'm so excited. She gave this retention awesome idea. And I'm like, I need to do that. Why am I not doing that? And so thank you, Bailey. I'm going to go ahead and start doing that. So anyway, so my little story. So before I joined, I was a stay-at-home mom. I'm still a stay-at-home mom. But I was in a place of depression because I basically just felt if you guys are all mom, or I don't know, not everyone's a mom, but whoever's a mom, you understand that you kind of just feel like everything but a human being. And I was to that point to where I was literally just sitting in my kids' rooms, just crying. I was so depressed because I knew I was meant for more, but I had no idea what I was supposed to do. I'm I could go get a job, but I never went to college or anything. I barely graduated high school. And I never had that thought of I can do things because, the world tells us, you graduate, you go to college, you get a career, you get into debt and you work for the rest of your life and you're miserable. They don't tell you that part. They just say success in life is doing those things. So I didn't do those things. So in my head, okay, I'm never going to be successful. I'm never going to have a lot of money. So I was just all right, well, I don't know what to do. I've always had bartending jobs, serving jobs. I've worked at Gordon Food. I've worked in customer service. I've kind of just done a little bit of everything. And, daycare would be more, it would cost more for my kids to go into daycare because I had 2 at the time. And when I started, my youngest was 2 years old and my youngest was 5 months old and my oldest was 2. So, they were young, they were high demanding children. And, I watched my cousin, or my second cousin by marriage, I watched her for a while. She told me about the business and I was one of those skeptical, don't talk to me. I will not do that because y'all just take people's money and you don't make any money. That was me. I'm a super hard skeptic and I still am. But now I've learned to educate myself before I become skeptical about something. That's what I didn't teach myself because I just didn't. So, so she approached me about which, I asked her what she did because I saw that she retired and I was like, oh, what do you do? And then we met up and as soon as she started talking about what it was, I was in my head, I'm like, that's a scam. I'll let you do your thing, but no way. And so I watched her for 6 months and I saw that she was going to Florida. She was like, can't wait to go to Florida. It's a paid vacation. I'm gonna see all these people. I'm sitting home depressed out of my mind, and I'm just like, I need to get away. Like, I need to be a human being. And I'm like, I need to do something for me, but also something for my family, because my husband's tired, and we need to be able to pay the bills, because we were broke. We had enough to pay the bills and have a little bit extra money for food. And that was it. Nothing. I opened up a credit card. So when you guys come across people that give you the excuse of, I don't have any money. Well, they do. They really do. I mean, I know there are cases where people literally don't have money, but I get it. We didn't have money. We had an extra maybe $20 in the bank account after everything was paid. I didn't have $99, and I boosted my kit, and I spent almost $300, which I thought was dumb when I did, but I'm glad I did. And so I watched her, and then I finally said yes. And the next day I went to crazy anxiety. I couldn't sleep. I was like, can I swear or a little bit? I was like, what the hell did I do? Like, I don't, like, why did I do this? I all of a sudden had immediate, like, I want to quit. Like, I can't do this. I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't know how to make money. I went into this whole, like, I don't know. And I'm not an anxious person, but all of a sudden I had anxiety out of nowhere. So for people that freak out, if you've been in for, I didn't see the comments, but I saw someone say 4 days, if you are at that point to where you're just like, I don't know if I can do this. And we get those people, they're like, yes, you can. It's just that fear takes over, and fear is a lie. So, and the reason why people get so fearful is because there is something amazing that's going to happen in this opportunity that you had just joined. And I didn't understand that. And I didn't trust God enough to just let it happen at that time. So anyway, I threatened my cousin that I was going to quit like 3 weeks after I joined. I was like, yeah, I'm going to quit. I'm spending way too much time on this social media. I don't know what I'm doing. I haven't made any money, blah, 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 blah. We've all probably heard it. Some of you may not, but for the ones that have been in for a little while, we've heard those like, I'm not making any money. Well, here's the thing. This is what I've learned years after I've been in the business, is if you have an employee mindset, you are not going to have a successful business. You cannot have an employee mindset and own a business. It just doesn't work that way. You have to have a business mindset. And most people don't have that. Most people have an employee mindset because, again, the world tells us we need to be employed by somebody to control our life. So over personal development, and I kind of missed a little beginning of Bailey, but the one thing that I will share with you guys is that if you are not growing, doing any personal development, you will fail. You will quit, period. Like, I ain't sugarcoating it for you. That's just it. Because there have been many times in my 5 years, I'm just like, I'm a double diamond. I went double diamond earlier last year after conference. I know we're talking about conference and stuff, and I'll get there and I'll wrap it up, I swear. But there were times where I've had the lows, and I've had those times to where I'm just like, is this for me? I don't think this is for me. I feel like I reached my ceiling. I can't go past it. And every time that happened, I wasn't growing. I wasn't growing my mind. I wasn't trusting God. I wasn't expanding my ability to go outside of my comfort zone, like, further. So if you guys are not doing something that is constantly going to go, read books, listen to YouTube, podcasts, there are so many tools that don't even cost you a dang penny to do. And every single day, the minute that you stop doing that, your business is going to get in this lull, or where you feel like you're stuck. It's because you are stuck. We had a Zoom, and I have to share this because I'm still blown away. So we had a special Zoom with Pam with our team, and there's a couple of teams, and she said that, have your teams ask some questions, and she answered one of mine. And I basically said, like, I feel scared to promote again because I've lost rank a couple times. So you get to this point of like, why would I promote again? Because I'm just going to lose it. So I have this in my head, which I know is a lie. And her answer was not the answer that I thought she was going to give. And it made me cry because I'm like, have I been doing it wrong this whole time? Have I not been thinking? Like, I didn't think that way. I was like, oh, I never thought of it that way. So I was just so blown away by that. So now I'm thinking how she kind of put it in a different perspective. And I had a lull of like not signing distributors, and I'm signing distributors, all because she had just changed the mindset a little bit, or did something, said something that was totally nothing that I even thought of before. Not all the trainings that I've done or anything. But anyway, conference, I know we're going to talk about conference. Yeah, if you don't, I'll just confirm that. If you don't have your ticket, and if there is any sort of slight bit chance that you can get your butt there, go. And we all say, get to conference. Like when I went to conference, my first conference, I was only going because I needed a vacation from my family. I needed to get away from my kids. If you're a mom and you're like, heck yeah, I need a vacation, you're going to get away from your kids, like raise your hand, drop a 1. I don't know, whatever you guys do. But I only went, like, I thought conference was so stupid. I thought it was for all those yuppies that are rich and like pretty and they're just going to brag about how much money they make and yada, yada. I'm like, that is not for me. I don't care to listen to y'all's like, broke to rich stuff. Like, I just want a vacation in Florida. And that was my mindset going to Florida. And I left Florida crying because I was just like, wow. And it's really something you can't explain, but in the most simplest way is like, it's the people that you meet, like Mariah and Bailey said, is like, you are going to meet people that are no different than you. They are no better than you. They are not more put together because let's be honest, none of us are. Our lives are always a mess at some point or another. Something's always happening. We always have something going on in life, that's going to get us up. It's going to get us down. And everybody at conference all has regular people issues, but they are successful. Why are they successful? They didn't let that stop them. So if you are going to conference, and if this is your first conference, the only way that you say like, go to conference, you're going to promote. That's what I heard. It's like, if you go to promote, it's like a secret, like you're guaranteed to promote because that's what everybody says, right? They're like, if you go, you're going to promote. It's like, well, how? Like, you check mark, you're like, okay, she went, she's going to promote, but it's the excitement, it's the environment that you're around. It's, the stuff that they announce. And this is my fourth one. And this is going to be the biggest one they've ever done. Like, totally different. I kind of know something, but I can't say, but it's going to be freaking awesome. So you have to leave conference knowing or saying to yourself, I'm going to promote. You have to take what you took from conference. You have to put massive action. I barely slept. I was on my phone all the time. I made sacrifices. I didn't go and do things with friends or anything like that. Like, I just worked my business every single day. I was excited. All right. The most important thing, and I know Bailey said this, and I'm sure Mariah says this, and we all say this, is like, you have to be true to yourself. If you are just a copycat, you're really not going to get that far. You have to be excited about what you're doing. People are going to buy you. They're not going to really buy the product or the business at first. They want to see you. They want to see that you're a real person. They want to see that whatever you're drinking, whatever that water is that you're drinking, whatever those wraps that you're wrapping with, whatever the coffee that you're drinking, they want to see how it's working for you and how excited they are. Because I can't tell you guys how many times I get people that are like, listen, I want to order from you because I see how passionate you are. I see that you're all in. I see that you absolutely love what you do and you love these products. I know other people that do it, but they really don't do much. But I see you have been so consistent and I want to be your customer. I don't know how many times that's happened to me. And it's like, okay, it makes you feel like, okay, I'm doing something right. So yes, it's okay to copy and paste once in a while. Or if you're going to copy and paste, change up some things that is more you. Because I'm not like Mariah. Mariah's not like me. I'm not like Bailey. Bailey's not like me. We are all different. We all have different things going on in life, different ages, all whatever, okay? We all have different DNAs. So you have to be true to who you are. And when you are, people will come out of the woodworks. And they will watch you for a little while. But I can guarantee you guys that the ones that said no so many times or didn't answer you or said they were going to order and they did it for who knows how long. I just had someone sign up as a customer that has watched me and has told me that she was going to order for 4 years. She just signed up out of nowhere. She was just like, I need this. And I'm like, okay. cool. And so I promised you guys that they are going to order from you, but they're only going to order from you, or they are only going to join you as long as they are seeing that you are serious and you are super excited still to this day about what you're doing. And that's what, that's how anybody is successful in life. No matter if they're doing network marketing or if they're running their own business or if they're an employee somewhere, they're only going to really love where they are if they truly love what they're doing. So if you truly don't feel that, and I don't want to tell anybody to leave or anything, but and I tell people, I'm truly like transparent, I'm honest. I'm like, if you don't feel like you are going to be super passionate about these products or this business, maybe it's not for you. And I tell that to people that, that they're like, I've done network marketing, like I could never do it. And I say, maybe it wasn't the right business. And I let them kind of like, swallow that for a second, because there have been people that have done 3 or 4 different network marketing and it works and it's a major success for them. They just weren't in the right place, or maybe they joined at the wrong time. So always, always ask anybody. Don't prejudge on, what they look like on Facebook or Instagram or whatever platform that you are on, because you absolutely never know who's going to say yes. And usually the people that you think that are going to say no are going to say yes. And the ones that you think that aren't going to do anything, do something or do a lot or do what are your next, diamond. Sorry. I don't know if I'm going on, but I think that's it. I don't know. I could talk for days.
You're good. Okay, so the last thing I wanted you to touch on, because everything you said has been so amazing. I typically am really structured on Zooms, and I'm loving giving you guys all the freedom because we've heard so much. I'm just so excited. But I want you to talk. So I know there's so many people on here close to a promotion, and clearly you've been close before. So what do you got? Like, what is that? They're doubting themselves. Maybe they're scared. All of those feelings. Like, what do you want to tell them to get them through the end of the month?
So promotion, it is stressful because you so badly want to let that fear of not making it take over. And when I've gone for promotions, when my teams have gone for promotions, we are literally doing every power hour we can. Even like, I know Mariah, you said Bailey said that she was like an umpting amount of way from diamond and double. When I promoted to diamond, so some of you might not have been in, but they just changed the charts last year. So now it's like half of the amount. You guys are lucky. For those of you that had just joined this past year, we had double the amount of DTs for our diamond all the way up. It was double the amount of distributors. So you guys are freaking like, I'm jealous. But so when I was promoting to diamond a few years ago, I went to a conference as a paid, let's see. I promoted to diamond. I'll just go off a double because I honestly don't remember diamonds. That was so long ago. And I have kids and I don't have memory anymore. So when I was promoting to double, I went to a conference because I was at diamond for felt like ages, but I needed to be there. I needed to go through the valley. I needed to really test my faith and really grow. And we all, like I said, we all need to just keep continuing to grow. And I stopped. And so when I was going double, I had decided I was going double before I got to conference. I didn't make it, but I didn't quit either. I wanted to be double. I wanted to have that double diamond wristband or whatever they were having. Like, I wanted to not have another diamond one again because I already had it for 2 years in a row. And I was like, I want to do it. So I was already pushing myself. Even though I missed it 2 months in a row, I was like, I want to be diamond. So I still missed it for 2 months. I didn't go diamond. I went diamond the month after conference, but I was still pushing. And even though I missed my mark, I missed my goal, that you probably heard the saying, but I would rather aim high and miss than aim low and make it, because you never know how much further you could have gone. So just because I missed it, I didn't quit. So when I was at conference, like, I was still working, like, at conference every second I was messaging literally everybody. And when I got home, I just went right to work. Every single minute of free time, like, luckily my kids were in school by then. So I was able to, like, really just spend my time at home just all the time. I did power hours. with my team. Like, I was so working so closely with my team. And we were all so excited because we were all promoting together. You cannot promote to diamond or double or anything like that without a team with you that's super excited. Like, yeah, you can, but it's likely going to fall apart. I'll be honest. Okay. And we were having power hours every day. We were getting on every single training power hour. We were getting any tips that we can get from anybody, but we were pushing we were getting out of our comfort zone. We were asking anybody and everybody how much volume. I was a diamond, but I was definitely far away because I had to get my husband my girl Liz, she's on here. She went diamond. I went double. As far as volume, I mean, I know I was thousands away, and I think I was like maybe 3,000 volume in the last week of February, whenever that happened, or maybe it was March. I honestly don't know. It's really sad. But all I can say is I just got my butt to work. We worked closely together. We were cheering each other on. You know, anytime they were making a post, we were cheering them on. Everyone's just excited. And when you have this group of excitement going on, you are enrolling, because guess what? You're putting that excitement out on social media. And people are like, I want all that juju of excitement that we can get. So I want whatever that you have, whatever that they're smoking and drinking. I don't care. I want it. And I'll tell you that once that excitement goes away, your social media is like, oh, they might not care. They don't seem to really be excited anymore. And then your interest gets lower, I guess you can call it. So, I mean, hopefully that kind of answered your question, Mariah. Like, we just got to work like mad people, but excitedly mad people.
You just get excited and you decide, and then you do whatever it takes. I love it. Perfect.
Pretty much. It was double. It was either I'm going double. Like, it didn't matter. Like, I was not going to miss it. And neither was my team. My team wasn't going to miss their promotion. So when you have that mindset of like, this is happening whether it wants to or not, I'm making it happen. And when you have that mindset and it's connected from here to here, it's going to happen.
Perfect.
That's all I can say.
Thank you so much for having me. That was amazing. So drop the 3 in the chat, guys, if you thought Suzanne was awesome. So Courtney, while they're all dropping their 3s, if you want to unmute yourself, I'm not going to try to find you. I'll let you handle it. There we are. Awesome. So if you want to introduce yourself and then just go to town.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. My name is Courtney Wazalowski. I'm a double diamond. I've been in the business almost 4 years. It'll be 4 years in April, which just blows my mind. But I love Zooms like this because I love how they get real. And like, I want to know, honestly, how many of you at the beginning of January were like, all right, this is the month I'm going to promote. And then the 15th hit, and then the 25th hit, and you're like, ugh, numbers aren't looking like I thought they would, or like people dropped off like I didn't think they would, or these people said they were going to order and then they didn't. Okay, you guys, I want you to know that feeling is normal. You are never, ever, ever going to have a month where all of a sudden it's the 25th and you're like, wow, I only need to order 5 BV and then I'm a triple diamond. That's not how this works. Okay. Stop waiting for everything to feel like unicorns and rainbows, okay? It's not going to happen. What I want you guys to know, well, I guess I'll go back to my conference, okay? Conference is the greatest thing of all, okay? But here's what I will tell you. You need to go to a conference expecting it to change you and expecting it to change your business. Because I went to my first conference and I was expecting to get nothing of it. What did I get out of it? Nothing. The next year, I went to conference expecting my business to change completely. And it did. I went there as a distributor. The next month I went emerald. 2 months later I went diamond. 2 months after that I went double. Okay? You have to have expectations. Okay? If you go to like Olive Garden and you're like, all right, I'm going to have Italian, you're going to have Italian. But like, if you think to yourself, okay, I really don't like, this isn't making sense. My analogy isn't making sense, but like, you can't expect to get something that you're not getting. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't go to Olive Garden and get like, I don't know, what's another, like fried rice, you know, like you have to, like, you're going to get what you're going for. Does that make sense? That really doesn't, but I'm trying. Okay. So what I wanted to get at, you guys, this business can literally change everything for you. My life is so hectic all the time. I don't even have kids. Okay, I'm engaged, which is like, y'all don't plan a wedding. Elope, take my promises, elope. Don't plan a wedding. It's a hot mess. But literally today, our friends bought a house, so we're helping them move in. We literally were at dinner when the Zoom started, and I was like, all right, I can go first, whatever, it's fine. And then we ended up going to TJ Maxx, and I was like, I'm outside. And then I was like, shoot, we're driving home. Like, you guys, this business can go anywhere with you, okay? But what I want you to know, for whoever, there's someone on the Zoom right now that is like, oh, I really still want to promote, but like, I don't see it happening. If that's you, where you're like, man, I was so determined and I thought it was possible, but I don't know. There's not a lot of time left. If that's you, I want to know. Put it in the chat, because here's what I want you to know. The month that I went double diamond, I was terrified. Okay, but there was something inside of me that said, you can do it. There was something inside of me that said, give it your all, that said, try. Because like Suzanne said, as long as you try for a big goal, you're still going to be farther than you were before. And you guys, the morning that I woke up, that I went double diamond, I needed over 3,000. Over 3,000. We got that done in 10 hours. 10 hours, 3,000 BV. You guys, crazy things can happen when you decide. Crazy things. But you need to get to that point where you said, I'm just going to go for it. You have to move past the fear, because the fear is going to be there. You're never going to have a day where you wake up and you're like, I'm just so excited to send 300 messages, and it's going to be so fun, and I'm going to love everything, and everyone's going to be super happy. Not going to happen, but you have to push yourself to do the things anyways. So many times people ask me, and they're like, what's the secret sauce? What got you to double diamond? I said, I did the same thing I do every single day, except I did it 2 times or 3 times or 4 times, and I did it every single day without fail. And I believed in it. And I encouraged my team, and I said, hey, look, like, you're so close to this goal. Do you have people on your team that don't know they're close to executive? Do you have people on your team that they don't know that they're close to the 400 club, or they're close to Ruby, or they're close to their shopping spree? Do they know? Are you being that leader that's like, hey, like, I don't know if you know this, but you're so dang close to the 400 club. Can I help you get there? Who's going to say no to that? And then lay out a plan for them. And the other thing that I did, and I don't know if y'all in here aren't religious, I'm sorry for this, but on the last day of the promotion, every time a customer got in, I had my chart written out. I put my hands on my chart and I prayed, and I thank God for every single order that came in. I said, God, I know that was you, and I know there's so many more coming. I'm so thankful for what's coming. Thank you for always what you're doing. You guys, when you connect it to your heart, big things happen. So, and what this is the other thing, you guys, if you've never been on a Zoom with me, I apologize in advance, because I go like 6 million different directions. I go from like A to Z and then back to F, and who knows what happens, okay? But if you like don't truly believe in what you're doing, and truly don't believe in what you can do, it's never going to come. You have to get to a point where you believe what you're doing, but also get very real with yourself. Because I've been at points where I'm like, man, like, things aren't going the way I want them to. But then I sat and I looked at myself. I said, okay, I believe in what I'm doing. I believe in the products. I believe in the company. What's going wrong? And sometimes it takes you looking in the mirror and saying, am I really doing everything I can? Am I really doing my list? Because I've had days and I've had months where life is crazy and I've lost loved ones and whatever. And I look and I say, what happened that month? And I look and I'm like, I let myself get out of it. Because it's very easy when you're your own boss to be like, oh, I don't feel like interacting today. I'll just do it tomorrow. Or, oh, I don't feel like sending out any messages. I'll just do it double tomorrow. It's fine. If you have a full-time job and your boss gave you 6 things to do today, and you're like, at the end of the day, you're like, yeah, I did 3 of them, but like, can you still pay me the same? No. And guess what? They'd probably fire you. So even though you're your own boss and you can let yourself off the hook, you shouldn't. It's easy to, and I still have days where I do, but you guys, if you keep letting yourself like skip those things, that thing is probably what's keeping you from your promotion. Because if you are like, no, like, I just hate interacting. Do that first. do that first in the morning, because then guess what? Then you're like, heck yeah, I did the thing I hate the most. Like, I'm done. Like, this is great. You can get through the rest of the things. Like, for me, I can follow 6 million people a day, but for whatever reason, I freaking hate unfollowing. So what do I do first in the morning? Unfollow. Okay? Do the thing that you're avoiding. That's what's going to take you from where you are to where you want to be. But I want you guys to know, if you are on here and you think you're too far from your promotion, you're not. You're not. You just need to figure out what is needed and then come to terms if you're going to do whatever the heck it takes. Talk to your family. Say, hey, I'm not going to sleep as much. I'm not going to be able to cook dinner. I'm not going to do the dishes. You know, when I went double diamond, I think I slept from like 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. I didn't move from my desk. My then boyfriend was the greatest person ever. He brought me breakfast, lunch, and dinner for like 4 days. Guys, like, I just made that decision. I wasn't going to let anything stop me. So I don't know what I even said. I hope it was helpful. Trainings with me are always interesting.
It was absolutely perfect. So the last thing I want you to touch on, I was just so like listening, I forgot to think of the last question. So we're gonna throw you on the spot with something. Let's bring it back to conference, because I know you were so excited about conference. I feel like that's all we've talked about lately. We're just so excited about it.
So excited.
So what would you say, why is it so important for people if they are still on the fence or, you know, whatever, to get there?
Oh my gosh, you guys, conference can change everything. And if you're on the fence, figure out a way to get there. I don't care if you have to open up a credit card. I don't care if you have to call 12 million people and ask for money. Get there. Okay? Here's what I'm going to tell you. It's not necessarily going to be a specific training. It's not going to be a specific thing. There's going to be something that's very little that probably doesn't mean anything to someone else that's going to click for you. You're going to see someone on stage that you can relate to. You're going to hear something. You're going to see something. You're going to feel something. It can change everything. Because I promise you right now, if I hadn't gone to that conference, I would not be a double diamond today. Because there's something that stirs up inside of you that you think, you know what? I can do it too. You know what? If they can do it, why can't I? But you have to get there. You have to get there. And you have to go expecting for good things to come. And you have to go there ready. Like Bailey said, get your charts out. Do you know where you're headed? Because I'm telling you right now, my team's going triple diamond in March, presidential in June, and ambassador in October. I have these set out already. I know what the plan is. I know where we're going. Do you? Or are you just like, man, like, I hope I can promote. Like, that'd be cool. Do you know where you're going? Would you go on a road trip not knowing where you're going? Like, would you just get in the car and be like, I'm going to go somewhere? Well, where are you going? I don't know yet, but I'm just going to go. No, you have to figure it out. So just get your butt to conference, because you guys, like Bailey said, like Suzanne said, there's a little something that we know that we can't really tell you, but I promise you want to be there and you're going to die. Okay. So bring a little, what's it called? An AED machine where you like revive yourself from a heart attack. You're going to need it. You're going to die. Just, you guys, like, I'm so dang excited. I literally am like shaking thinking about it. And I'm probably talking like 6,000 miles a minute, but just get there. You'll take anything from your butt to conference. Take 50 of you in a room. It doesn't matter. Just get there.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you so much. I know it was kind of crazy getting you on. Things were a little hectic, but thank you so much for making the time to hop on with us. If you guys enjoyed hearing Courtney, drop a 4 in the chat. I'm going to wrap it up really quick. I typically put together some kind of notes before I do any form of Zoom, and I didn't tonight, so I'm going to keep it short or I will ramble as well. But one thing I wanted to touch off of was what Courtney had said, with there being that moment and at conference and why it's so important to be there. And it's so funny because everyone always says that, and I was like, well, I didn't have a moment. Like, conference was amazing. It completely changed my business, but I mean, I didn't have like a fancy moment. But then the moment revealed itself later on. And so my moment was I overheard someone telling someone else that before the event, Cindy will pray over the chairs, Mark Pentecost's wife, and pray over the people who are coming and that they get what they want out of this. And it was in that moment that I was like, I found home. And that's kind of what's tied me back to this. And so whatever it is that you're looking for, whatever you're not feeling yet, whatever's not clicking, whether it be straight up business, maybe you are not sending the right message and someone's going to tell you at conference how to do it. Maybe it's something on the inside. Maybe you don't know if you're home yet. Maybe you are doubting it. Maybe you don't know if you can do this. Maybe you're doubting yourself. Wherever that gap is, wherever that thing is, I promise when you get in that arena, when you get in that room, it is going to get filled. So my thing I'm going to end you guys with when it comes to promotions, like everyone else has said, it does not matter how far away you are. It only matters what you decide to do from here on. When I went diamond in January last year at conference, actually in the bar of the hotel beside conference at like 12:30, 12:50, whatever a.m. right before the buzzer. I brought in 900 in volume the last day of the month at conference, sitting on the floor, and I still made it happen, okay? You can do hard things. Did you hear the numbers that people were throwing out there? I mean, Bailey brought in crazy amounts of volume. How many of you are pushing for Ruby? You could start today and go Ruby with the amount of volume that she brought in, trying to go double. So don't come at us and say that there's anything holding you back. The only thing holding you back from getting to where you want to be, from that promotion, that money, that change, that step, whatever that is you. And I'm going to leave here with this. You have got to let go. I don't care if it was a win and I don't care if it was a loss. You have to let go of whatever happened day 1 through day 27. Day 1 through day 27 does not count. It does not matter. That win is not going to get you through your promotion. And that loss is also not going to keep you from your promotion and your goal. You have to let it go tonight. You have to decide that those 27 days don't define you, that you are stronger, you are better, you can do miracles, you are in line with where you're supposed to be. This is home. This is your time. That doesn't matter. Today, when you get off the Zoom, when you wake up in the morning, you are a new person. You are a person who is sure of themselves, who is confident, who is going to do whatever it takes, regardless of what that looks like, to change their life, to make something happen. You guys want to enjoy boom season? You want to go get diamond and get cabs and all these amazing things? It starts today. It starts now. It does not start on February 1st when bonuses have been announced. It starts today. It starts on this moment at this Zoom. As soon as the clock strikes and we hop off, it happens then. And you need to decide then that you are doing what it takes. I'm sorry, if you hop off this Zoom and you go to bed, you gotta get some reality. You hop off this Zoom, you should go send messages. You should go do some follow-ups. I say that on all these Zooms. You don't hop off of a freaking Zoom and go feel good about yourself. You don't hop off and be like, I can't wait to be double and doing all these awesome things. No, that's not how this business works, boo-boo. You gotta hop off here and you gotta go get your booty to work. You're never gonna wish your way to the top. You're never gonna wish your way to the top. I got heated the other day talking to my sister because someone came up to me and was talking about how they want what I have. They want to be a mass enroller. They want to have the bigger checks. They want to have the team. And I told them what I do every day, and they're like, I don't know if I can do that. Honey, you're not going to get the result without the work. You're not going to get the promotion without putting the time in. It's going to take blood, sweat, and tears. It's going to take everything you have in you. You've got 4 days. 4 days to dig in deep. Bring in that 2,000 of volume. Bring in that 6,000 of volume. I don't care your numbers. Decide you're doing it. Commit to doing it. Starve the fear and the doubt out. Don't allow it to reside in an instant. The second those thoughts sneak in, you got to snap them. You got to get rid of them and say, no, I'm doing something big. I'm doing something good. And I'm not stopping until I've seen it completed. And you go out and you don't leave an opportunity for it not to happen. You don't leave an opportunity for there to be anything but success because you were so invested. You were so passionate. You were so on fire. You were so directed, and you were so crystal clear on what you're doing and how you're going to get there these next 4 days. There is nothing that you cannot do. There is nothing wrong with you. There is no reason you can't bring in the same volume that Bailey brought in, or that Suzanne brought in, or that Courtney's brought in. There is nothing wrong with you. You just need to step back, get out of your own dang way, and freaking go hit this promotion. Okay? All right. That's all I got. We're wrapping it up. I'm so excited. Everyone said so much amazingness, so hopefully you guys enjoyed it.